Okay, this is your grid that you're going to be using to enter into NoteFlight. As you can see, I've divided up into 32 boxes, so this could possibly be a 32 measure song. That's about a typical song. A shorter song would be up to 16 measures. We're going to see if we can make it to 16 measures. If not, we're going to see what we can do to do it that way. Okay, so you have Cat, Fred, and Garrett went up the hill. And then I think you have Cat, Fred, and Garrett went up the hill. And then you have them play bum, bum, bum. And then you have more speaking here, and then more playing on this side. Speaking here, then playing. And then cat for ice cream in here. So you could make it to 16 measures. Okay. So let's see how we're going to do this. First off, rather than putting hearts into each box for each measure like we did the last time, we're going to put lines. We're going to put these little lines here. Okay. Each one of these lines represents a beat. Now, it would be nice if you could do this without the lines, but for this example, while I'm teaching it, I'll use lines. If at any time you think you want to try it without, feel free. Okay. So you have Cat, Fred, and Garrett went up the hill. Okay, so that sentence crosses 2 measures, 8 beats. I'll do it again. Cat, Fred, and Garrett went up the hill. Now, obviously on this last one, there's no sound, so I'm going to put a rest there. So now what I'm going to do is figure out the rhythm for that phrase, and I'm going to put a dot for each sound that is happening on each beat. So it'll look like this. Cat, Fred, and Garrett went up the hill. Okay, so I have Cat, Fred, and Garrett. That's very easy to figure out because one sound means a ta. 2 sounds in a beat means most likely a TT. And here we have 1 sound here and 1 sound there. So that's Cat, Fred, and Garrett. Now, went up the hill, the way you have it, it's kind of a syncopated rhythm. So it's going to be went up the hill. I put the dot here on the end of the beat because it's short. It's not went up the hill. You have went up the hill. Okay? And the way that's going to work is I'm going to put a TT here because that's short. Went up, and then I'm going to put a ta here because that's long. Went up, and then here I'm going to put a T again since that's short. Went up the hill. That's a ta. Okay. Now, if you need for me to explain more about how I came up with this, feel free to come and ask me. But we call this a T-ta, T-ta. Went up the hill. Now, after you do that, I want you to put the words underneath so that way you'll know exactly where those words go. So we have Cat, Fred, and Garrett. And notice I went ahead and put my hyphen so I know where my hyphen's going to go. Went up. This is going to be tricky. Went up. I put it underneath each other. Went up the hill. Okay. Now, I did notice that when you played, you only did enough for 1 measure. I think you did you did ta, 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 C, F, G. And that's fine, but what are we going to do with this measure here? We can't have a full measure of rest. That wouldn't make sense. So you have some options. You can either repeat this measure, C, F, G, or you can double up each of those notes, which I think would sound cool. So you could do C, C, F, F, and maybe do 3 G's here. C, C, F, F, G, 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 rest. Okay. Play with it a little bit and see what you can figure out. Okay. Now what I need for you to do for the rest of the song is see if you can make it all the way to here without my help. Remember the 4 beats and remember how to put the notes in. If you have any questions about any rhythms, feel free to come and see me. But I think with the way this is going to work, you're going to have 2 measures here. Because I think you have Garrett found cat rolling down the hill. Yeah, you could easily fit that in 2 measures. And then again, you're going to have to figure out what you're going to do with these 2 measures. Okay? All right, good luck. And let me know if you have any questions.